Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our semi-weekly briefing. As you can see today, we are masking up because we're inside and trying to follow the recommendations from Public Health Madison, Dane County. We will have an update from Public Health today, and then we will also hear a little bit about Disability Pride Month, and more fun than all of that, we will hear a little bit about Dane dances. A couple of things to look forward to coming up. August is National Immunization Awareness Month, which seems apropos. And so I'll take the opportunity, even though it's not quite August, to say, please get vaccinated if you have not already. And with that, I'll turn it over to Kat Grande from Public Health Madison, Dane County.
Great, thank you. Good morning, my name is Katerina Grande, and I'm the COVID data team lead from Public Health Madison and Dane County. So we're currently facing another pivotal moment in the COVID-19 pandemic response. The Delta variant is spreading quickly in our community, as well as across the state and the country. As a result, case counts are trending upwards across the board, including in Dane County. 2 weeks ago, our 7-day average was roughly 10 cases per day. It's now 36.7 and continuing to trend upward. Our positivity rate is also heading up, now sitting at 2.6%. Last week, we were at 1.3%. Hospitalizations are remaining stable. Yesterday, there were 17 people hospitalized with COVID in our county and 8 in the ICU. On Tuesday, the CDC reinstated masking recommendations, encouraging some fully vaccinated Americans to wear masks indoors. The new guidance affects people living in areas where COVID-19 transmission rates are substantial or high. For Dane County, this means when we are seeing 39 or more people test positive per day. We are at the high end of moderate levels of transmission, but cases are climbing quickly, and we will likely be in CDC's substantial category tomorrow. This is why we're strongly recommending that everyone age 2 and older, regardless of vaccine status, wear a mask in indoor spaces when with people outside of your household. This will help stop the Delta variant from spreading so quickly and will protect people who are at risk for severe outcomes. Our advisory includes public spaces like restaurants, retail stores, and school buildings, as well as private spaces like gatherings in your home. If you're a business owner looking for a sign to post at your business, signs are available on our website. We know that people who are vaccinated are protected still from severe illness and death. However, very recent research from the CDC suggests that vaccinated people with symptoms could still be spreading COVID to others. This is a change from earlier in the pandemic. With other versions of COVID, like the Alpha variant, it was unlikely for vaccinated people to be able to transmit COVID. With the Delta variant, this has changed. People with the Delta variant carry more copies of the virus, which makes it easier to transmit. The emerging research is showing that people who are vaccinated and get infected with the Delta variant also carry high levels of the virus. This doesn't mean their infection will be more severe if you're vaccinated, but it does mean that they could spread it to other people, including people who are immunocompromised or at risk of severe infection. Our partners at UW-Madison, who study COVID, have found these same patterns in Dane County. So over half the cases we've been seeing during this increase are unvaccinated people, but many others are breakthrough infections, which are increasing as well. That's why we're recommending people wear masks, whether you're vaccinated or not, when you're indoors with people outside your household. Even if you are vaccinated, you could spread COVID to someone else who is not, or someone who's immunocompromised. And with how contagious Delta is, we need to do all we can right now to stop further spread. Again, taking these proactive steps gives our county and city the best chance of keeping our transmission levels low. When there is less COVID circulating in our community, there are fewer opportunities for vaccinated people to experience a breakthrough infection. And we are lucky to have great vaccination rates in Madison and Dane County. We just reached over 70% of the entire county with one dose. So we've come this far by taking simple steps to protect ourselves and each other, but we can't stop now. Get vaccinated if you haven't already, and mask up indoors. Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. Next, we're going to hear from Jason Glozier, who's the city's Disability Rights Coordinator, to talk about Disability Pride Month.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Jason Glozier, and I work for the Civil Rights Department. July marks Disability Pride Month, and this is an opportunity for us to celebrate the successes and contributions of our disabled community to the city of Madison. In this month, we get to talk about all of the things that have happened since the ADA, but also all of the work that we have to do. And as staff at the city, I'm honored to be able to discuss the steps that we're taking to increase access to our community. Earlier this month, the Parks Department announced the development of 2 new barrier-free playgrounds for youth with disabilities and parents of children with disabilities and parents with disabilities to be able to play together with their peers. This marks the 3rd and 4th barrier-free playground in our system and a major step on our way to building 5 within the entire city. The Parks Department also put in the park system's first beach mat to give individuals with disabilities access to lake recreation. These important steps mean that our disability community can be a more foundational part of everything that we do. In addition, we're looking at the contributions to the arts that people with disabilities provide. This weekend, the Disability Pride group will be hosting their 7th event at Tenney Park. It'll be a small community event due to COVID that focuses on the contributions of our Indigenous, Black, and people of color with disabilities to what we do in the city. To build on that, we want to look at the history of the signing of the ADA 31 years ago. This was an influential step in the civil rights of people with disabilities, but we still have a long way to go. The development of bus rapid transit is a huge improvement to our transportation systems and to the realization of transportation access that was promised when the ADA was signed. This will be an opportunity for us to build a more inclusive and more responsive system to the needs of people with disabilities, one of the most transit-dependent communities. To continue building on the city's efforts, we want to talk about affordable housing and access. I'm proud of the work the city's done over the past several years on the Royster development to provide meaningful access to housing for people with disabilities. Our partnership with Moving Out has led to more housing in the past 5 years than we've seen in the past decade for the disability community. And this is integral to people being part of the community. I want to close by saying that this is a month to celebrate the contributions of our disabled community, but it's also an opportunity to recognize the work that we still have to do to achieve full inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Next, we get to hear about the fantastic Dane dances, and to do that, I'd like to bring up Al Cooper, who is the Dane Dances Board President. Al?
Thank you, Mayor. Dane Dances was founded 22 years ago out of the Study Circle on Race back under the Mayor Bauman administration. Dane Dances has become one of Madison's premier summer events. One of the most diverse events in Madison. We work at, and everything that we do is making sure it represents our community across the board, from our hosts to our bands, to our volunteers, and even with our sponsors and individual supporters. We reach out to the whole community to make sure that everyone who attends Dane Dances feel welcome and part of this great community that we have. We have expanded people coming from around the state to attend our event and find the magic, what we call the magic of Dane dances, is that people are able to come together in a social event and enjoy both music, food, and each other to show that if we can dance and party together, we should be able to live the rest of our lives together in peace and harmony with each other. Dane Dances is a family-friendly, free event. And the only way to keep it free is to rely on our corporate sponsors, foundations, as well as individual donation. As you know, the pandemic had hit many businesses hard. Some have flourished, but many had to realign their support of different organizations in our great community, which was difficult for many of them. So we're relying more on other individuals that can help support this community event to step up and support us and help keep Dane Dances free and friendly, family-friendly to the whole community. This year, we put together another great lineup for the 4 weeks that we have every Friday in August on the rooftop of another terrace. The first week, we have Orchestra Mas, Madison All-Stars, which is a local group here in Madison that's been performing for a few years now, and very good Latin music group. We're also bringing in the Sons of Chicago, out of Chicago, of course, that play a variety of music, some blues, some soul, but a little bit of everything, and they have some highly skilled professional musicians. So I think it's going to be a great opening night for Dane Dances, and the rest of our schedule is posted on our website and out on social media. So check us out, come out, get up, get down, and get together with Dane Dances. Again, thank you for all of your support.
Thank you, Alan. I hope to see all of you out on the top of Monona Terrace at a Dane Dance sometime soon. It's a great experience if you haven't been. If you have been, you know how much fun it is. And if you appreciate Dane Dances, I do hope that you'll help to financially support so that we can keep those free and happening with excellent music and fun dancing. All right, I want to just go back to the COVID-19 situation for a minute. I know we are all really ready to be done with this pandemic. Unfortunately, it is not ready to be done with us. So while I'm really excited that Dane County has reached the milestone of 70% of our residents having at least one dose of the vaccine, we have to keep asking that everyone who is 12 or older go and get vaccinated if you haven't already. It is easy, it is free, it is safe. You can get the vaccine through Public Health Madison-Dane County. If you visit publichealthmdc.com/vax, V-A-X, you can see all sorts of options about where to get vaccinated, including pop-up clinics around the county. You can go to your local pharmacy, you can go to your healthcare provider. It's not hard to find the vaccine these days, and I really encourage everybody to do that. We also do have to ask, because of the data that you heard from Kat earlier, that people start to wear masks again in indoor situations. I know it's a drag. We thought we were done with this, but we really do need to take care of ourselves and each other. And the two best ways to do that in terms of COVID-19 are getting vaccinated and wearing your mask indoors. So please, please help us, help our entire community, and let's take care of ourselves and each other and get through this thing together. I do want to quickly give some updates on City of Madison services. The vast majority of our services are continuing at pre-pandemic levels. There are a few exceptions, some places where you'll need to make an appointment. And you can find a lot of information about that on our website or contact the individual agency that you're interested in. The Madison Municipal Building is open for walk-in service for the most part, and the first floor of the City County Building is as well. But if the agency you're visiting is above the first floor of the city county building, you're going to need to make an appointment and get somebody to bring you up there because those floors remain closed right now. Our libraries, Monona Terrace, the Madison Senior Center are all open. Metro is, I think, at 85% of their pre-pandemic capacity. A note that you do need, it is federal law, and you must wear a mask on Metro Transit at transfer points while you're getting on the bus, riding it, and then getting off of it. So please make sure to mask up if you're riding Metro. There's a lot more information about service updates and resources at cityofmadison.com. And click through to the coronavirus page and you'll see a link for service updates and a bunch of updates there if you're interested. You can also follow the city on social media. Mostly we're at City of Madison or City of Madison WI, and we are posting regular updates on services. All right, on to other news. Just wanted to congratulate the newly renamed Dane County Alliance Against Commercial Tobacco, which is formerly known as the Tobacco Free Dane County Coalition. So congratulations to DC ACT, that's their acronym. They're going to continue, as they always have, to work on youth and young adult prevention, promoting quit tobacco resources, policy and advocacy, and building community partnerships to reduce the burden of commercial tobacco in Dane County. And they, as always, will focus their efforts on the populations that are most impacted by tobacco use, which includes our Black community, the LGBTQ community, low socioeconomic demographics, and those with mental health needs. If you are looking to quit commercial tobacco, you can call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line, which is 1-800-QUIT-NOW, or you can text READY to 200-400. And so if you are hooked on tobacco, I encourage you to take advantage of those resources when you're ready to quit. I also want to highlight some good news. The first funds coming from President Biden's American Rescue Plan Act are going to reach community-based organizations in Madison in the next few weeks. They're going to support the basic needs of families and people experiencing homelessness and to provide opportunities for young people here in Madison. And this is just the first step in implementing the ARPA framework that I outlined and that the council endorsed. Just a brief rundown on some of the organizations we're funding in this first round. They include the YWCA of Madison, Tellurian Homeless Services, Outreach, LGBTQ Plus Center, Briar Patch Madison Streets Team, the CEOs of Tomorrow, the Charles Hamilton Houston Institute, Goodman Community Center, Lucier Community Center, Mentoring Positives, and Madison Starlings. This is, again, just one of many allocations that will be coming out of the ARPA funding, and you can expect to see much more over the next 2 years, thanks to the federal government. If you are looking to stay up to date with how these funds are being used, you can visit cityofmadison.com/ARPA. There's also a session, a presentation there that you can watch a video of, and a survey asking for your feedback. I also want to announce that I've selected Jessica Price to serve as our city's new Sustainability and Resilience Manager. So I want to welcome her back to Madison. She's starting on August 9th, and she'll be leading our city's climate, sustainability, and resilience work. If you are a transit rider or want to be a transit rider, you have an opportunity to give feedback on fare technology and policy changes at Metro Transit. On Monday, August 2nd, at the Transportation Policy and Planning Board meeting, they're having a public hearing at 6 p.m. to discuss the expected changes in fare collection technology and future policy changes around fares that we expect to implement in the next couple of years, and we're looking for feedback from the community. You can visit citymadison.com/metro to find a feedback form to fill out, or you can call 608-266-4466 or email mymetrobus@cityofmadison.com. I do also want to remind people that the way that we pick up large trash items has changed. And you do, instead of trucks just circling around our city, spending fuel, polluting the air, looking for things to pick up, there's a new system where you can request a pickup through the large item collection work order form. So if you have something that you're putting out on the curb that you're getting rid of, first of all, I'd say if it's still usable, please consider donating it. But if not, you're going to need to fill out the large item collection form. You can access the work order system at cityofmadison.com/large item work order. Pretty straightforward. And you can also use this system to get the tags that you need for items that have a fee. So please start to use that system for large item pickup and for to purchase the fee stickers. And of course, you can visit the Streets Department webpage for much more information and guidance on how to use that system. Despite the rain last night, it has been a really dry summer. And so our forestry folks are reminding you that if you have a new tree in front of your house on the terrace, and a new means within the last 5 years, they're asking if you can help us water that tree and help it get established. These are baby trees that get put in, and they need a little extra love and care in their first few years of life, including enough water to make sure that they really establish their root systems. So if you've got a new tree, please think about giving it just a little slow drip of water when it hasn't rained recently, and take care of those trees for you. At the same time, we are asking folks to keep an eye on their water consumption, so perhaps you could choose to water your tree instead of your lawn, because your tree needs it more than your lawn does. And make sure that if you are going to be watering a lawn or a garden, that you're following the Madison Water Utilities conservation tips and doing that at the most effective time. You can find out more at cityofmadison.com/water/sustainability, and there are conservation tips linked there. And definitely encourage people to check out that information, make sure that we're using our water most effectively. In other fun news, the Friends of the Madison Public Library is back to hosting a book sale. I'm very excited about this. We have 6 library friends groups who are pooling their inventory for a large sale of gently used and donated books. This will happen on Saturday, August 7th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Madison Public Library Service and Support Center at 1301 West Badger Road. All the proceeds do go to Madison Public Libraries, and you can find out more at madpl.org/book-sales. I encourage you to check that out, pick up some cheap books, and enjoy your summer reading. Also in library news, the Pinney Library is welcoming their first artist in residence, Maria Amalia Wood. Welcome, and thanks for joining our Bubbler program. Amalia will be in residence through January of 2022, and she'll be engaging with the community in all sorts of ways, both at the library and outside of it. You can visit during open studio hours on Thursdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Pinney Library. You can find out more at madisonbubbler.org. And there will be workshops around the community, including August 12th at Warner Park from 3 to 5 p.m. and August 14th at Berkeley Park from 12 to 2 p.m., where you can join the artist in making some art. So check that out, and check out the Bubbler overall. It's a great program with lots of fun opportunities. As we are going into August, that means August moving days. So this is an annual ritual, mostly in downtown Madison, but also around the city. And on top of packing and hauling and saying your goodbyes, anybody who is moving needs to decide what to do with their unwanted stuff. Please don't wait until moving day to decide. Start your cleanup for your move out now, and if you're particularly in the student move area, use any upcoming collections and the drop-off sites to begin that disposal process. You can learn a lot more at the Streets Division website, cityofmadison.com/streets/refuse/moving days. And they cover a whole bunch of of issues and options, including how often carts will be collected in the student move area, how to use the new large item work order system, how you recycle electronics, how to get rid of your appliances, furniture, and other large items, and how you can donate things that are still in good shape so that other people can use them if you don't need them. You can also contact the Streets Division if you live east of South Park Street, the Isthmus, etc. You can call 608-246-4532. If you live west of South Park Street, including the neighborhoods around Camp Randall, you can call 608-266-4681. Please, please, please donate the things that you don't want that are still usable, and make sure that you're disposing properly of the rest of it. A couple of street closures to notice. Felon Road will be closed to through traffic between Lean Road and Burke Road until mid-October. And North Bassett Street will be closed between West Mifflin and West Washington until August 12th. The University Ave on-ramp from Old Middleton Road eastbound will be closed until about 5 p.m. on July 30th, that's Friday, and then South Park Street, starting at 9 a.m. on Friday, August 6th, will be fully closed between Planet Drive and Belt Street for railroad track replacement. So that means the street is fully closed. There will be signs for detours, but please be aware that that's going to be an issue. And that work is expected to be completed on Tuesday morning, August 10th. All right, finally, as I always do, I want to just highlight a few community resources for folks that may be feeling the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic or other issues. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need help, if you need food, if you need rental assistance, if you need childcare. There are lots of opportunities and options for you in our community, and the best place to start is United Way. Call 211 or text your zip code to 898-211. If you need health insurance, the healthcare marketplace is still open at healthcare.gov, and Covering Wisconsin can help you get signed up, and Health Connect here in Dane County can help you pay your premiums if you're eligible. For more information on all of that, call 211 or visit wiscovered.com for more information. If you need access to the internet or a computer in order to access resources in our community, our libraries have options where you can get online via one of the library computers, and you can call 608-266-6300 to find out more and to set up an appointment, or visit your local library. All of these resources and more are posted at cityofmadison.com. Click on the community resources link. And you can also visit and subscribe to my blog at cityofmadison.com/mayor/blog for a lot more information. Finally, upcoming meetings. Monday, August 2nd at 5, the Transportation Policy and Planning Board. At 5:30, the City County Homeless Issues Committee. Tuesday, the 3rd, at 4:30, the Common Council Executive Committee meets, and at 6:30, the Common Council will meet. Wednesday, the 4th, at 5, the Board of Health meets. Thursday, the 5th, we've got a whole bunch of meetings, including at 4:30, the Community Development Authority. At 5, the Madison Public Library Board. At 5:30, the Affirmative Action Commission. Also at 5:30, Community Development Block Grant Committee. And at 5:30, the Alcohol License Review Committee. On Monday, the 9th, at 4:30, the Finance Committee meets. At 5:30, the Police and Fire Commission will meet. Also at 5:30, Plan Commission meets. And on Wednesday, the 11th, at 4:30, the Urban Design Commission will meet, and at 5 p.m., the Transportation Commission will meet. Our next briefing will be Thursday, August 12th at 11 a.m., and that is what I have for the week. Linda, my friend, do we have questions?
Indeed, we do. And both of them are regarding the vaccine mandate. So I'm not sure if you want to take it or public health.
I can take it.
Okay. So the first says, in light of President Biden's expected announcement of a vaccination requirement for federal employees, is the city of Madison also considering a vaccine mandate for its employees?
Is the other question on the same topic? Give them to me both.
It's on masking.
Okay. So on the question of vaccination, obviously we encourage everybody to get vaccinated. Again, publichealthmdc.com/vax, VAX, to find resources. The latest information we have about City of Madison employees indicates that they are about 93% vaccinated, and that was some weeks ago, so we expect that it has gone up from there. So I feel like our City of Madison employees are really leading the way. But we will be having a meeting in the next couple of days to revisit how and if we need to change any of our COVID-19 policies going forward, given the numbers that we're experiencing and the prospect of the Delta and potentially other variants coming down the pike here. So at this point, we don't have any plans to mandate vaccination, but that is certainly something that is a conversation nationally, and I expect we'll have to have here as well. But again, I just want to emphasize our employees here in the City of Madison are doing a great job at getting themselves vaccinated, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of them that did that really right from the beginning, because they are helping to protect our community.
The second question is a long one. It says, we have been hearing people are confused about the strong masking recommendation in Dane County because it is not in line with the CDC guidance. As our level of community transmission is listed as moderate, and we have a 70% vaccination rate, 81% in adults. Can you clarify to people who are confused about why we have this recommendation, even with these statistics, and what the metric is now for this strong recommendation to be lifted? Inversely, what are the metrics for a mask mandate to return?
So Kat may have more to say on this, but I'll just start with that. I think Kat really answered that question in her briefing. We are just below the level where the CDC recommends masking. And as you heard Kat say, we are likely to be at that level in the next day or two. So I understand that when the CDC guidance first came out, it looked like we were okay. But the numbers are not going in the right direction, and it's only a matter of time before we are actually in the range that the CDC recommends masking for. So better to be safe than sorry, and better to mask sooner than later. So I think that's what, at least in my view, is behind public health's recommendation. It is a strong recommendation. We do encourage people to be masking when they're indoors as a way to protect themselves and others. I think at this point in time, we're going to continue to watch the science and see what develops both locally and then nationally in terms of recommendations and the guidance around the Delta variant in particular. And we'll base any future orders on that. Kat, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add? Okay, so I think that covers it. I mean, just again, I understand it is super frustrating to be back in this position, and we have done a really good job here in Madison in particular at getting vaccinated. We did a great job early on in the pandemic in following the guidelines, masking up, keeping that distance, washing our hands. And it's really disappointing that due to the actions of folks in other places, we all are back here again. But nonetheless, here we are, and it's important for us to take care of each other. So I am back to saying, please, 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 get your vaccination, wear your mask, wash your hands, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks.